Hey guys, it's Joe here with Hoopy's Hot Rods, and I have been absent. We're all quarantined. Obviously the whole world is quarantined, but I did get over to the garage today. It's a beautiful weather day and decided to do some outside work. Behind me I have a 1968 Arro camper. It was a coach built with a Ford F-250 frame, and the engine, when I got this, was locked up. Decided that I was going to do a swap on it. It's not really a frame swap, but it is a Crown Vic front clip swap, and I'm going to show you a little bit of what I've been doing up to this point and what my plans are today. So check this out. So first off, it's just a little short guy. I actually took the rear end that was in it out, put the rear end on top of the leaves because I want to lower it. I'm going to do something different. I'll put a different rear end in it. As far as inside, it is, you can see the Ford dash. I believe they would have called this a bump side Ford. It's 68. It's been gutted for the most part. There will be more gutting that will happen. And then if we come around here, you'll see that I have taken and put it's actually a Mercury Grand Marquis front suspension and engine and trans. It is basically a Crown Vic. So right over here you'll see the frame rail coming out. I took the original frame rail that you would have bolted the front clip with and welded it in place, cut a little bit of the material out of the F-250 and then welded it in place. So I will be doing that right here today. You can see I've got my marks, and I'll be cutting that right there. I just cut a slot on the top and the bottom, and then bring in that frame section, bolt it up, and then tack it in, and then weld it into place. So that's what I'm doing today. We'll see how much I get done. I can't wait till the scrap yards open up because I have lots of scrap. I'm ready to get rid of it all. All right, so this is the frame section that I cut out of the Mercury Grand Marquis, and it is the tubes and nuts that are welded on there for mounting, and that's where these large bolts will bolt that aluminum suspension cradle there and there. So I'm going to go out and make my cuts and then make my measurements and then get that mounted in place and tacked in place. All right, so right here what I have is I actually laid this piece that is going to be the that'll be the top of the suspension component. Comes out, it's a cast iron piece. It goes right there, and I laid that on. I actually did the same thing to the other side to where I could spray paint, and just it creates a guide for me. What I'm going to do then is take, this is removed and out of the way, and this piece is the piece that will get welded in there. Well, I've got to slot that so it goes down and it lays in there like I did on the other side. So all I need to do is I got to get close, because the actual fine measurements will happen after this piece is cut out. So, if I can just make a mark with my paint marker there and there, and then I will actually cut just inside of that, those two yellow lines. And when I do that, then this piece will be able to drop down in there, and then it'll overlap on each end and overlap there. The bottom, I'll do a slight slot, but that's just enough for the bolt holes down here in here so that the bolts can come up through the frame and or through the aluminum cast, and then through the frame, and then up, and then they'll bolt on right here. So that's the plan right now. Okay, so I got that piece cut out. As you could see in the video, I was using a grinder. It was just taking too long. So I got the hot knife out and it made short work of it. I got a little cleanup to do, but overall, that is the section that needed to come out so that I could bring the piece in that I took off the Mercury Grand Marquis. So I'll do that next and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so this piece right here, it will just drop down in that spot right there, and then I've got my marks, but I will actually bring that together with this piece here, get this in place. Then before I weld anything, I will make sure that everything is bolted together, buttoned up nice and tight. Then I'll run the tape measure, making sure that all my markings are correct according to the other side, to the best of my ability. And then I'll tack it all into place, measure again, and then weld it up. So let's see how that goes. All right, so got that bolted on, but you know, I have this little problem. It's called dyslexia. So I didn't pay close attention. And as you can see, the frame from the Mercury Grand Marquis on this side is under the frame from the camper, and this one is over the frame. Thankfully I didn't get the welder out yet, and I have to take that under to get it correct. So why not do something twice, right? Okay, so now I have this back where it's supposed to be. I want to kind of get a shot of that inside there. You'll see there is a pin. Come on. Okay, so that's an alignment pin, and then you can see where I've got that slided out. That's the reason I wanted to use that Mercury Grand Marquis frame section. I can just get everything aligned, measure it, and I'll lower this down. Not a floor jack. So there you can kind of see what we're dealing with, and then as I lower that frame down. There. Okay. So I've got to do some wiggling and jiggling. There. So a little bit more adjustments. With a little bit more adjustments, I'll get that in place. All right, so you see that there. You see back in there a little bit. Obviously this frame section's real wobbly, but once you get it all welded together, it'll be nice and tight. So let's do some measuring and get the welder out and get this spot welded into place. So I put the bumper on to make sure that the frame rails were in the proper location. Coming around here after measuring, just tacked it there, and then coming over here. So over here on this side, you can see that I was able to tack it there. Now I'm gonna take that cast iron bracket off of the top and weld everything up in place. At this point, everything appears to be square. So now it's just a matter of shoring it up. All right, this is how far I got today. This side was already welded in. This side is welded in and bolted up. So we're gonna call it quits for the day. It's looking like I just have a few more brackets to attach and weld in on the back. You can see that will need to be attached to the frame there. Same thing on the other side. And then the sway bar link, which is laying right down there, will need to come up to the frame and be attached. All right guys, got quite a bit done on the camper today. I have a long ways to go. Thought you might enjoy seeing the Mercury Grand Marquis swap in this old camper that I'm trying to get done. Love to see it done by the fall. Big car show in Owensville, Ohio called the Pumpkin Run on the first weekend in October. It'd be great if I could get it to that. Still working on the 52 Ford with Caleb. Also got my 46 Chevy hybrid that I'm planning on putting a bed on. I'll show a video of that. And I just want to encourage you guys, work on your stuff. If you would, like, subscribe, share. And until next time, I need to get my tools put away and enjoy working on your stuff. Get out there, get in the garage, and get it done. Till next time.